Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Baseline Podshow, where we bring project planners onto the show. And on this particular episode, I've got Rahul here. Rahul is all the way from Congo, originally from India, but he's got ways of experience as a planner, started from site engineering, and Rahul is here to share his journey, his story in a way to help other planners out there. Hopefully, we'll get a thing from Rahul's journey and story as a project planner. So Rahul, without saying much, let's know a bit about you, your journey, how you started, and why planning in general.
First of all, thank you so much for having me on this conversation. Okay, let me start with quite a little bit introduction of myself. My name is Rahul and I'm from India. Actually, I'm a civil engineer. So basically, my career started in 2012 as a site engineer. So I'm working in commercial, residential, both complex projects over in India. So after a 3-year long career as being a site engineer or on being on site engineer, so I got to know that there are many software using in construction industries for designing, for planning, for like QS, ERP. So I came to know that little bit this software is doing this. So our job on site will get easier. So that's what the planning engineer clicked me when I was in site, Pune in India. So one our company uh, contracted a PMC project management consultants. The sir, that guy came to us and show their bar chart and everything, and he little bit explained. So you have to do this, because what happened in anywhere in the world, the theoretical knowledge we get in college and the practical knowledge we get on site, there's whole lot difference. So he
Absolutely.
explains us everything. So that was initial stage of our career path, and he explained me, so you have to do this after this, and you can't make it mix or over allocation of anything or material or any manpower. So that clicked me, like how he knew, how he got this knowledge on like we made simply Excel. So he gave us a bar chart. So I'm bit curious. Say, what is this? Sir, what is this? And how you made this? Which software do you use? So he gave me an the spark to become a planning engineer, besides of site engineer, that you have to go through these websites. So these are the software we are using for project management consultancy to help their like small contractors or those who have not the team of planning engineers or the PMOs. So okay, then I wanted to learn that software. I wanted to explore more the things. So I came to Mumbai, which is my hometown actually. So I came there side by side. I searched for another job, obviously, because 3 years is a quite long period, which I'm being in comfort zone, and after breaking that comfort zone and out. So when I came to Mumbai, I searched for the academies who taught this, like project management or the software. So I got to know, so one of the nearest my home, they are doing the weekend program, which will take almost 6 months. So I started joining their classes, courses, and did my MS project and Primavera both as well. So I groomed myself for a planning engineer on that basis. And my mentor, still he's in contact with me. He helped me a lot through my PMP journey as well, Mr. Amit Chaudhary. So he actually mentored me from day first. He speaks in construction language, literally. He can't even tell us the false example. He gives us live examples on site, whatever happens. So I learned a lot from him, did my certification, did my software course, and joined as a junior planning engineer first. So that was my journey started in 2015 as a junior planning engineer.
Wow, Rahul, man, what a journey and a story, man. I think that your first degree in civil engineering, do you think that helped you along the way, your journey to becoming a planner?
Yes, yes. Actually, I did my diploma in civil engineering, which is 3 years course after my 10th. So after that completion, my diploma, uh, what our college taught us, the basic softwares like MS Office, the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and the AutoCAD. So there is a project management, one subject, project management, but they never like in depth. That just subject is theoretical, and we looked as a subject. So they mention the software, but we like child as a child, we haven't think this software will work in future or we have to work on that. So but yes, that spark given us this project management thing is in the engineering field as well, which is very helpful to manage the site, manage everything. uh, Once I came to know, not just in engineering, but as well as the film industry or any industry, production, or not just civil and construction industry, but production, mechanical, any industry will help, we take help by the project management consultancy or the project management officers over there, the planning engineers over there. So they made the everything and they follow that guidelines, the SOPs, and that help a lot. So yes, that basic education is also helped me a lot throughout this journey.
Absolutely, Rahul. Absolutely. I know that planning, involves there are a lot of aspects to planning. You have the soft skills, which is the P6 part of it. You also have relationship as well. You have if you're lucky to have a mentor, it's good. You have the reporting part of it, because people just probably think that, oh, being a planner is just updating the software and actualizing activities. It is more than that. But your journey towards being a planner, starting from a site engineer to say, you know, what would you say is the most difficult thing you faced, on becoming a planner? What is that thing you look back and say, you know what, this part of my journey was hard. I would have probably done it this way or that way. What is that thing that was difficult for you, in
Yes,
becoming a
yes.
planner?
Uh, Actually, when I was a site engineer, we are only limited communication to our bosses or the immediate manager, right? So whatever he tell us, we just take it as an advice or the order, and we follow up. But when I become a junior planner, I just open up the canvas for like communication with the consultant, with the architect, with site team, those who are working on site, with the management. So it is like grabbing a running train. So I just wanted to be in pace. So I just wanted to grab that train, fast paced train. So yeah, that this is the difficult thing when I was in started career in junior planning engineer. But nowadays it is quite good. Now my communication is enhanced, and I talk a lot about the anything.
Yeah, you speak more fluently. Communication skills is good. Like becoming a planner. Yeah, what would you say is most important? In terms of, now I'm going to the area of, okay, do you just learn the software and that's it, or do you also need to build relationships, with the project managers, the site team, stakeholders? Because sometimes we just think that, oh, if you're on a job or you're doing your job, you're delivering, and that's it. Do the people around the job, the stakeholders, people in that project, do they all matter to you?
Yes, yes. Actually, being a planning engineer, I think the most effective way is communication, communication from ground zero level till the management, because you can't just knowledge of site work and you can't make a schedule just basis on the construction knowledge. No, obviously not, because you
Absolutely.
have to consider each and every aspect, each and every person who is working on that project, from the site engineer, supervisor, and the architect, their deliverables, what they are deliverables, and what management given you the time scale or the budget, the funding. So every aspect you need a great communication skill, so that you mm, contact with everyone, tell them what is the scope of work or what is the scenario of project, and then making schedule. Then it is a, I say, 50% work of your done.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
the other work started. Yes.
Yeah. But out of curiosity, Rahul, yeah, if you are on a project, there are delays, the end date is pushing out, the plan completion is also pushing out as well, from your experience, what do you think? What do you think is the thing you would do to mitigate those circumstances in terms of pulling the project back, so that you won't probably have LDs, or there's a probably you never know about combustion event as well. Have your stakeholders trying to put in CEs and claims and all that. What do you think can mitigate that?
Current scenario I'm talking about, due to this COVID-19, the whole world is flipped upside down. So our procurement, what happened here in Central Africa, we export almost 60 to 70% of construction material, like finishing from everything. Locally, we just purchase the steel and cement and just small things like 30%. So for that particular project, I'm talking about, if I talk about the airport project, we actually get delays 6 months just because of COVID-19, because there is every country is in lockdown. No vendor can send their material to us. The shipment is delayed. So that's 6 months. So anyhow, we can't manage that 6 month initially. But yes, we have to clear to stakeholders, to the government, that this is the scenario. This is delay due to this so and so regions. The root causes we have to, or we did root causes given to the stakeholder as well. So this must reasons that we are delaying by 6 months. So we will try to mitigate. And how we mitigate is the same. Either if you're arriving material on time, say you say 10 manpower is required for that, but we did the job by the 9 hours, but we can do increasing manpower and doing in two shifts. Yes, that we can mitigate, but can't mitigate the 6 months. But yes, 2 to 3 months we can catch up. So yes, that is the communication you have to done with the stakeholders, that this is the scenario, this is what we are doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And the reason why I asked that question was, for people that will be listening to this, for them to have an idea of what planning requires. Because, like I said like some couple of minutes ago, it's not just actualizing activities. There are things that would happen on the project, that can just make everything, fall apart. So it's a good illustration as well. Trying to mitigate activities, and speaking to the stakeholders as well, which is great. I think you have to put everybody in the picture so they understand what's going on. Because if you're not on the same page, that's where you have issues, and everybody's doing their own thing, and I think that won't be good for the delivery of the project. But and you just mentioned
yes,
Central Africa now. I know you are from India. I know we spoke about this a little bit before we started the show. Why
yes,
why
yes.
Congo? Why that?
Actually, in India, we have a lot of projects. We have a lot of competition as well in terms of career. But here in Congo, the basic thing is there is skill person very less, very little. So I just wanted to learn the new things, learn from the country. I just wanted to explore things in Africa. So I joined here. But yes, you can say here people are quite little less on skills, but they are very hardworking. I know everyone on site, they are very hardworking, but yes, due to just because of skill set or this not getting proper knowledge, they are just back-footed. But yes, we are here now, so we try to develop and teaching the new skills to the local as well.
Yeah. And I know that, I know COVID has kind of like changed the way people work now. A lot of people work from home, and we'll find out that okay, as a planner, as a project planner, you don't really have to be on site, unless you want to be you unless you want to go and check progress updates and all that, But where I'm going with this is, now that things are this way now, there's flexible working. People talk about work-life balance. As a junior planner or someone that's just started his or her career in planning, do you think it's wise for you to work just from home, flexibility in that sense, or it's also good for you to visit sites and see what the site engineers are doing, the workers are doing, to take progress as well, instead of just getting progress from the site engineers or the project managers? How important do you think it will benefit someone that is starting his or her career as a planner going on site?
Actually, I prefer half work on office and half work on site. Usually, here in Congo, what I did is uh, 3 times in a week, I usually go to site. So talk to them. Like when what happen is when you call someone and ask them why is delaying or anything, they just give a single sentence that so much so delay just because of this. But when you get on site, you actually see the situation, what is progressing, what kind of material they are stacking, is it good or not. The observation made on site is not obviously not possible while doing work from home or while doing from office. So yes, I prefer 50% visiting site and 50% from office. Is it actually good for planning engineer? So they know that yes, I made this construction schedule and they are following that, and there is no lack of information, or there is no lack of WBS, or I made something else and they are doing something else. That is also cross checking is happening from me.
Yeah, good, good. But from your own experience, Raul, what do you think are the key skills, someone needs, to become a planner? Or should I say someone that's already a planner, let's say like a planning assistant or a junior planner, what other skills you think, that person will need to in order for you to perfect your skills as a planner?
First of all, I say he or she must be a good basic construction knowledge, because you can't come directly to the planner job, because you have to know the activities, site conditions, everything. So basic knowledge, like 1 year or 2 year is enough. After that, you need a knowledge of softwares, which industry, what softwares are using. Like in India, we are using MS Project. Here we are using the two softwares like MS Project as well and Primavera P6. So depending upon the client, so we using both the softwares. So yes, the software knowledge, the basic knowledge of MS Office, which is Excel, Word, PowerPoint, to make a presentation or making any SOPs, tracking record, S curve, anything. And yes, you have a definitely need to be open mind for communication. You have to communicate with each and every aspect. So yes, communication is the key, and the other things you need software knowledge and construction basic knowledge. Yes, you need there to become a planning engineer.
Yeah. And again, what you said makes sense, because you have to have all, because you have to marry all that together, in order for you to become a good project planner. You have all that into perspective. But in terms of gaining experience, because I often, come across different planners. They will say, "Oh, Kes, I think I've been on this job for like 1.5 years or 2 years. I want to move to another job. I want to get experience. I want to, I want to just, move with my career." But What is your take on this when someone tells you, oh, do you know what, Rahul, I think I'm not as if you're tired of this job, but you say, oh, you know, I want a new challenge. Do you think that when planners move from different project environments, you know, do you think they acquire more skills, or you see them as, you know, jack of all trade? They're not really good in one particular project. They just moved from one project to another. You know, does that help them career wise?
No. I prefer flexibility between the projects because, like me, I'm into real estate construction, residential and commercial. But right now, I'm getting knowledge for the public building, like the airport, and there is one government building is assembly. We are doing for the Congo government. So yes, the mix knowledge for the construction is required. I prefer mixed knowledge, not just being particular, because kind of dinner or lunch. If you take a same dinner, same lunch, then there is no taste. You will lose interest in that.
Yeah,
So you have to change your dinner, lunch, the menu. Sometimes you check for the dessert as well.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. That's true, Rahul. You're right. You know, but for those that will listen to this or watch this, you know, do you think there's a timeline to that?
Yes. Basically, I prefer once a project started from foundation, be there till they're finishing or till their handover. Because sometimes what happened, the foundation started within 6 months, you change your job. The next project will start from foundation. So you lack of knowledge about finishing and other things. So how to manage the client, how to change the scope of work or anything. So I prefer start your career or start your job from foundation. If any building or any project started from scratch, till their handover is my forte. Like I would prefer till the handover the project, work on that, gain knowledge, and then you can switch to another job is good.
Yeah, you're right. You know, but how important do you think having a knowledge of project management? You know, how would that aid your career as a planner?
Uh, Project manager, yeah, same because I communicate with them. So they are saying, no, this will not happen because we have less material or the less manpower right now. And check for the over allocation, check for the cash flow as well. So how you know that? So yeah, they said because of the project management we did, or the basic knowledge of about this and so and so. So I came to know the project management institute, the PMP certification. So there PMBOK 6, which I studied. So they explain everything. What is the project manager? Because it's not like just do a certification and do the job. Because you have to read that book, gain that knowledge, and apply into your real life as well. So that is important, because you just can't read, take the knowledge and you can't apply, then there is no use of that. So yes, project management is uh, what you say, project management gain itself huge content to the construction industry.
Like, I'm also with what you're saying as well. You know, I think having the knowledge of project management is great as well. You know, because for me, I did my MSA in project management. You know, and now I'm a planner. I understand the importance of that. You know, well, and then again, I work my current job. I work with the project manager as well, so I understand the area of budgeting. You know, having to deal with other aspects of the project as well when it comes to procurement, design. You know, the commercial team as well. You know, all the stakeholders. You know, I think having that is great. But if someone like comes to you and say, Raul, you know what, I love what you do, you know, I love your job. I want to get into that job as well. You know, what would be your best advice to this person that want to go into planning? Like the person has no knowledge of planning, but is interested in what you do, you know. What would you tell this person that wants to get into planning?
I would like to become his mentor. So I will tell him first that join any one of contractor, do some basic work from scratch, no matter what work is it, like supervisor, civil engineer, site engineer, anything, just do that. And I will guide you throughout this journey, so you become whatever you wanted to become. I will guide you throughout this journey. So I will become his mentor or her mentor for the planning engineer. But yes, basic, from I will start their career from basic, definitely.
Yeah, when you say start from basic, would you tell the person to go back to school and study civil engineering, or you tell the person to, okay, do you know what? If you want to go into planning, why not you just get a job in a construction site and learn what happens on site? Because if you don't know the products, right, you can't manage. You have to know the product.
Yes.
Knowing the product is key. So would you tell the person to just go, okay, go to college or uni, learn, go study this? Or do you know what? Why don't you work on site and get this experience? Then from there, you can take other professional courses to move your career up.
Yeah, but what I suggest is do education. Actually, education is always important.
Mm-hmm.
So after education, do a practical job for whatever your plan. Become a planning engineer in mechanical, electrical field, or any other field, production field or instrumentation field. But yes, you have to become a certified in that education, particular education. After that, take a practical knowledge and then become planning engineer is always good.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I think for me, I picked a lot of things, I knew on site, because I was on site for a while, working on site. I had a lot of communication with the site, like graduate engineers, site engineers, so I picked a lot of things from there, and from there, I got interested in, what, I have a project management degree. I know how, now I'm seeing how projects are being managed. You know, I think I want to go further, becoming a planner and, trying to learn basics, have that, get that out of the way. I think having the prior education is good. I think for me, having that experience is also important as well. Being on site to see how things are done, because
Yes,
when you see, that really helps you.
yes, definitely. Because once my grandfather said, use your ears is better when you use your eyes. So when you watch something happen on site, you gain that knowledge, and being interested in that and doing the job is actually a good thing, and great to hear that.
That's a good thing from grandfather, because I think we planning as well, because like is the sequencing of activities. So
Mm.
something must happen before that thing happens.
Yes,
Now, if that thing don't happen, is a question of why didn't it happen? Because if that don't happen, it affects the next thing.
yes, affect the next thing, right?
Yeah. So being on site and seeing, because I was on site for a while, and I saw that, okay, this didn't happen. Now we can't do this. We have to wait for like a week or 2 weeks. But while I was on site, I didn't really understand that. All I understood was, okay, this didn't happen. We have more time on this job, on my own part, because I was there.
Yes.
I'm going to get paid. I was like, okay, I'm still on the job for a long time, but on the back end, there's cost as well. But
Yes.
while I was on site, I didn't understand that, that okay, this activity doesn't happen. There's costs. There are consequences to that. And sometimes I found that, okay, we didn't do this on Wednesday or a Thursday. The construction manager or site manager is proposing that we do this on a weekend. So now I'm realizing that, okay, all what was happening then was that they were trying to catch up. And
Right.
when you try to play catch up, there's a cost implication as well.
Yes.
Like working weekends, and all that, it comes to that, But in terms of your experience as a planner, and you've been on a job for a while now, for a long time now, what do you think is the thing you can say that has really helped your career?
I remember one mistake, so what happened is when we are doing the high-rise project in India, which is a 45-story residential tower plus 7 stilt parking. So I made the schedule. My manager check everything. Management is okay for the schedule. Everything is okay. But what happened is after 3 months, there is jumping for the concrete pump and the tower crane that clashes to each other, and
Ah.
I didn't think that it will happen on site, and my and who notices, my managing director, for the company managing director, he notices that these tools are clashing and we will stuck for the 4 days. Are you understand? And my blood is like freezing because this is solely my mistake. I didn't recognize that this will be a risk, or this I have to study for the jumping of the concrete pump and the tower crane. So my manager, who take all the responsibility, and he tell me, he first take all responsibility, then we did the one jumping extra for the tower crane and below that concrete pump. So for the 2 days it will lose from our schedule. 2 days are workers will get
Yeah.
holiday just because of me.
What was
So,
your what was your lesson from that? What do you learn from that mistake?
so I just learn a lot after that mistake. First, I take the responsibility because my manager take all the responsibility, but I go to management that say it happened because of me. Lack of study, lack of knowledge of this jumping of tower crane and concrete pump. So they will say, don't worry, you know your mistake, you are agreeing on that, it is a big thing for us, so next time you just. So after that I study each and everything for before making schedule, take every aspect. That's why I'm saying communication is the main skill. So after that we made a meeting for the tower crane supplier, for the concrete pump supplier, for our site team, everyone will on same desk. We discuss a lot of things. The jumping schedule will make another thing for me. And then I realized, okay, for high rise this scenario will also come. So this is, we have to learn the things or study the things, everything. So yes, that mistake is take a lot of my courage. Now still I'm getting goosebumps just because of this.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rahul, I understand, But for me, I think every day is a school day. We learn every day. As long as own up, you put your hands up, and you own up to the mistake, you take ownership, of that mistake, and you learn from it as well. I don't think I have a problem with that because we often think that, oh, when you make a mistake is bad. If even the mistake that mistake could be costly as well. But as long as you take ownership, and you learn from it, I think that's great. And creating construction programs, sometimes because there's a scenario that I've witnessed as well, like that, like the site office, we have our program, subcontractors as well, they tend to have their programs sometimes as
Yes.
well. Now,
Yes.
why do you think it's very important here to mirror both programs? Like we said, like I think a couple of minutes ago, like we have to be on the same page. But for you, with your experience, why do you think we have to marry those two programs together?
Many times we face this scenario. What happened is subcontractor make his own schedule. He takes a lot of lags and the so many days. And what management telling us to, because this is how your funding goes. If in 1 month delay is like it cost a lot us to our company. So you have to prepare that. So we have to go to the contractor or call the contractor. and explain them each and everything. So they also have their knowledge or have their assumptions that, because sometimes what happen is the manpower is in India, it will become less time at the time of summer days from May to June, July. So there is a little bit of manpower. So in that scenario, they made their schedule as per that manpower. They take a lot of time. If I say, as per my schedule, if it is 15 days of slab cycle, they are taking it to 25 days. So we are asking why you are taking so much time, why you are taking 10 days extra. So they explain this and so issues. We have less manpower in this summertime, so we have extra time added. So no, we, so then what we our team is done, my schedule, our schedule, and the subcontractor schedule, we clashes together, as well as we take dates from architect for the deliverables or drawing, because without drawing we can't do anything. So we take the deliverable dates for the drawing as well, and then we make a schedule and then present to management. Then if say management say no, it again taking 1 month extra, then we have to tell them, if you wanted to mitigate this delay, you have to increase your manpower, and increasing manpower is also a cost, extra cost to you. So
Yeah.
either you have to accept this fact, or you just have to accept that extra cost for the extra manpower. So they said no, okay, we are okay for the 1 month delay.
Yeah, I think part of our job as well is also managing resources as well. Like you said, manpower, you have to manage that, and we also have to mirror both programs, and make sure that we're on the same page, because sometimes, like you said, the contractors or subcontractors, they tend to just do their own thing. They don't know. Sometimes they probably don't know the implication anyway. They just, but it's a good thing that we have to manage their expectations, and also have to manage resources as well, which is key to the project. If you want to leave someone with something on this show, someone that will be like a planner, or it could be someone from another different career as well. If you want to leave them with something on this show, what would that thing be? Planners already that want to improve their skills, their mindsets as well, in terms of, career progression, what would that thing be?
First of all, um, I think before we are planner or Indian or male or female, we are a human being. So think first as a human being, because just because your management or company giving you the target, you can't push the labor like do this job for 18 hours or 24 hours. No, first think as a human being first. After that, main skill, you have to communicate with each and every aspect. You have to be respectful with each and every aspect as well. And yes, you, best is you be flexible to do any job or anything in your life, which whatever comes in your life or whatever comes in your career path, you have just accept it, face it, and move ahead. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just
Yeah, absolutely, Rahul, absolutely. But what is the next thing for you now? What is the next thing for you? In terms of career wise progression, what is the next thing for you?
next thing, I'm actually making myself as from planner to construction project manager, to handle a big project on my own, handle my own team, guide them throughout the project. This is what I'm making in my mind and making my personality as well. So let's hope for the best. 2022 is new year, for new best possibilities will come definitely.
Yeah, Rahul, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. I'm grateful for your time. And again, you share your experience from India to Congo. Now you're in Congo now doing this. And the advice you've given people that want to become planners. Like planners as well that will listen to this. It's been amazing. It's been well taken by me. I'm going to learn a lot from you as well, because we learn every day.
Yes,
Because
yes,
if you don't listen to people's mistake, like we spoke about mistake a couple of minutes ago. If you don't listen to that, you won't learn. You know, another thing you said again that is good, that is very good again is, you know, it's having a mentor. You know,
Yes, yes,
when you have a mentor, it helps you to grow your skill, you know, experience as well. You know, like for me, you know, my early days of planning, you know, I had a very, very good mentor. You know, I'll never forget him, Shafiq Mohammed. And he's still my mentor today anyway. You know, like when I have issues, I still call him, I speak to him. You know, it's something you can never underrate. You know, it is great. You know, and that was a very good point you made. You know, and Rahul, it's been nice, awesome having you on the show. You know, awesome, awesome, awesome. If people want to get in touch with you, you know, like someone to contact you, where's the best place?
yes. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to talking with you, sharing my experience, sharing your experience. Just one question for you. Like you are working in United Kingdom, so which software you are currently using to make a schedule or for tracking the projects?
Oh, currently we use P6. I think
Okay.
P6 is would I say it's kind of like the software every other project use these days. You know, P6. Apart from
Yes, yes,
if
yes.
it's a building project, they tend to use Asta.
Okay, okay. Mhm. Yeah, Primavera P6 is worldwide use right now in the construction every industries for the scheduling and planning.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
So
you, thank you.
yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you, like someone to contact you, where is the best place for them to for them to contact you?
Best place is for contact me on LinkedIn or the mail. Usually, I prefer LinkedIn more because it's easy to see your profile, go through your profile, and then contact if the matches anything. Yes, LinkedIn I preferred.
Yeah, nice one, Rahul. You know, like we said, you know, relationship is key, and I know now where you're building a relationship. You know, and I know that, you know, if I have, because we all have everybody probably come across, you know, one issue or the other. If I have an issue, I know that Rahul is on the other side. You know, I'm going to contact you and say, Rahul, do you know what, I've come across this issue, how do I solve this? And I know, I definitely know that you definitely give me a listening ear. You know, it's been nice having this conversation with Rahul, you know, and I'm totally grateful for your time.
Thank you so much. Even I also looking forward to catch up with you. If anything need from your side, I also contact you because LinkedIn, we met on LinkedIn and this all happened on LinkedIn. And
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.